Good morning, students. Let's continue with our chapter, The Egyptian Civilization. Today, we are going to study about their achievement in their writing, astronomy, art and architecture, and the reason of their downfall. Now, let's start with the writing. The Egyptians developed a form of writing called hieroglyphic. The word comes from a Greek word, the meaning is sacred carving. Initially, the Egyptians used a picture based script. Later, they also developed an alphabet with 24 consonants. The script was written from right to left. They wrote on paper made papyrus, a water reed. You can see the image over here. It is actually from papyrus we get the word paper. The longest papyrus that has been discovered is over 43 meter. The ink they used for writing was made of soot, gum, and water. The Egyptian writing can be found in the walls of pyramid and tombs and on clay tablets also. Here we can see the picture-based script. Now let's discuss about their development in science. They have done a lot of advancement in the subjects such as mathematics, astrology, chemistry, and biology. The practice of embalming dead bodies for preservation as mummy proves that they were having enough knowledge of chemistry and biology. Here we can see the picture of mathematical calculation. They were aware of the mathematical calculations and algebra. Their architectural design of pyramids indicate that they had a deep knowledge of geometry. You can see the picture here. Now let's discuss about their solar calendar. The Egyptians were the first to develop the 365-day solar calendar. It was based on astronomical observations. This calendar shows a year with 12 months, each having 30 days. The remaining 5 days were meant for religious celebrations. Each month was divided into 3 weeks of 10 days each, and each day into 24 hours. The time was measured with shadow clocks or sundial. You can see here the picture of sundials, and also with the water clocks. Here this is the picture of water clock. These instruments the Egyptian civilization were using for calculating the time, for measuring the time. These instruments has been used, the sundial, also known as the shadow clock, and the water clocks. Now let's discuss about their astronomy. The Egyptians knew about stars and planets. They prepared an astronomical chart and were the first to invent an instrument to observe the movement of stars and planets. Here you can see the stars and planets that they have discovered during their time. Now discuss about the art and craft. The artifacts that were produced by the ancient Egyptians were very high quality. Fine cotton yarn and flax yarn textiles were manufactured. Excellent stone statues of kings and gods were made. Mason work with several material including limestone, sandstone, granite, etc. has been manufactured. The walls of the tombs and temples were decorated with realistic and beautiful paintings. Beautiful glasswares, woodwork were also produced during that time. Now let's discuss about their architecture. The Egyptians built some remarkable pieces of architecture. These included the pyramids and the sphinx. Pyramids are buildings of huge blocks of stone piled upon one another in a triangular shape. These buildings shows an amazing degree of engineering skill acquired by the Egyptians. So let's see the picture of some pyramids. These huge stone monuments are undoubtedly ancient Egypt's greatest legacies. Pyramids are big monuments built for the burial of the pharaohs. The most magnificent of all the pyramids is one situated in Giza near modern Cairo. Here you can see the picture. It thought to comprise over 2 million blocks of stone, which range in weight between 2.5 to 15 tons each. This phoenix is a mythological animal with a body of lion and a head of man. Now let's discuss about their tombs. The most famous tomb in ancient Egypt was set up in Thebes. A dry rocky mountain site known as the Valley of Kings was a series of magnificently decorated underground tombs. Now let's discuss about the end of the Egyptian civilization. After the end of the New Kingdom, the Egyptian civilization started to decline. The period also saw the beginning of invasions of Babylonians, Persians, and Alexander the Great. Here you can see the picture of Alexander the Great. Alexander invasion of Egypt in 332 BCE established Greek control over Egypt. In 30 BC, after the suicide of Queen of Egypt Cleopatra, it became a part of the Roman Empire. So, in this way, the legacies of the civilization like pyramids and mummies make it one of the finest and ancient civilization in the world. That's all, student. That's all for today. And this way, this chapter is over. In next class, we will continue with our next chapter. Thank you, class.